away, I'll be asking you something because I want to know where do we, where, how safe are the young people with a political party or independence? Wapi ni pazuri pa kunegotiate? I think that is another interesting topic. All together, we'll be coming to that. Let me bring somebody called Kiprop. I hope Kiprop you're good. I would really want to know from which county you're speaking from. For us from, and do you believe, let me ask, first of all, I want you to remember ya kwamba there is the reason why I put this the tribal mobilization politics debate is Rigathi Gachagua is in the tour of the United States, and one of the things, one of the realities he had to confront is a GNZ who asked him to drop the tribal mobilization leadership tag and start advocating for national cause. First, I want to know from you: has Rigathi Gachagua been advocating tribal? Is it only Rigathi Gachagua? Because I've seen. ODM the other day. They had a retreat in Kakamega, and I saw Luya people in one voice. They rallied behind Sifuna, and there were sentiments from speakers from that region that in case one Edwin Sifuna was to be expelled by the political party ODM, then it meant that they were. Is that not tribal mobilization? Also, I've seen in ODM many of the members who are castigating Edwin Sifuna are members from, let me put it, members from the Luo community. The Luo leaders are the ones that are very vocal with Edwin Sifuna. Is that not also tribal? And I'm asking tonight, are the GNZ determined to end the political mobilization politics? Keep up.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rasji. Hopefully, I'm very clear and audible to all the members.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Continue, my brother.
Okay, so for the first and second questions, I think I can summarize the first and second questions as what I can know from, especially as a country that is called Kenya. It is made up of several ethnic tribes, whereby if you look from since independence, the politics of Kenya historically has been defined by supremacy of numbers depending on the community that you have, I think so, whereby if you say that you are from a certain type of a tribe, you get the support of that tribe automatically. So, and even if you look at the current distribution of CSS or even the positions of the top governments, it is always going in the win in terms of who has won will give the positions to according to where he or she has gotten the majority of the number of votes. So I think the Kenyan political scenario, as far as we are here, has been defined by ethnic ethnic political divide, such that where your where you come from supports you, and most notably where if you are ethnic as the numbers, most likely you get the powers. Sadly, that is the truth. So yeah, I can say that the current regime has been, I can say, has exposed that for you to have power, or you have to manipulate the masses, you have to appoint people who one person can manipulate the entire region or such that. But for example, for Mr. Ruto, the current president, for him to maintain power, he has to maintain a certain popularity within the Mount Kenya region, which is so. I think Kenya, we are doomed in terms of that by our predecessors, our parents, and such. But I can say that the Gen Zs, they have the ability because they have been people who have learned through universities that have accepted people or have involved people who have across various political or even ethnic profiles have integrated together and shared ideas that are diverse from their own. People from me who come from Baringo, I've come to Nairobi. I studied multimedia and I come from, well, from your first question, I come from Baringo County, but I'm currently residing, my residence is in Ngong Town, Nairobi, Kajiado County. This is my place for the last 7 years. I have my home here. My family is here. It is a place I love. I have farm here. I have work here. I have friends here. So it is a place I call home. It is something from it's it's a place from home, but it is something I have loved. So and my neighbors are from various backgrounds. I have Embu friends. I have Meru friends. I have Kikuyu friends. I have Maasai friends, all in the same place. So I think it is a place. I'm not a Gen Z, but I am close to them. I am a millennial, 31 years old. So I can say that I can interact with them on a daily basis, whether when traveling or whether when walking just in my neighborhood. So there are people I know and I watch them closely on the social media and I sympathize with their plight and I support them wholeheartedly. So it is something that I like about them. But what I can say about the Kenyan political structure, it is something like it is a conflict in your mind whereby you want to resolve the right and left, the good versus bad. So you cannot also say the question about you asking my previous person about democracy, where you can have, let's say, you have one side have it all, you have the other side having it all. No, it is not possible because even in our own brains, there is some part of us that says yes, some part of us that says no. That is why we have conflict in our own minds. That conflict, it will now manifest in our political decisions, whereby we vote yes or no in some aspects. But now, when it comes to the Gen Zs, I think it will be not different. But I have hope that these guys, they are well educated. They have the they have the energy, they have the gusto, they have the hope because their future they are seeing is it is not their future is not very well established as our predecessors, as their parents, as their grandparents. So they want to have a better future, and the only way that they can see that they have that future is through better leadership. And that better leadership is defined in one way: no tribes, no, no. There's just no. Yani, it is something fair. It is something equitable. It is a dream. That is, and I will assist them to achieve that dream in every way possible because I know it is something that is. It seems like it is far fetched, but I know it is possible because equity. That is something that they are most wanting in this country.
Let me,
So
Kiprop, let me ask you something as you land. Let me ask you because it's good that you first of all let me acknowledge that thank you for putting it very well that you come from Baringo. Um, I think it's also Baringo is also somewhere I schooled in Cabernet, so I know a
I
bit.
schooled in
I know
such high school.
you.
I was in such a high school next to you.
You were in Sacho High School, so I was in Cabernet Boys. I was in Cabernet Boys in my Form 1 and my Form 2, and then later I went to finish at Chavakali High School. So I
Okay,
know. But in my primary, I was at Kimalel Primary. You know Kimalel Primary, so
I know, I know. Yes, I know it.
Very good. And you know the software, and that's why I was talking about the software. The
Yes,
software now, you have come to the city, you have interacted with different
yes,
people,
yes,
and you understand what happens back in the village. And that's why this gospel of tribal mobilization, they're not so much interested with me and you here. They are
yes,
interested with people back at home. Yeah?
yes,
Back at home, you know how Baringo looks. You understand they have not been given water, accessible water, and stuff. And some of these basics, they are usually denied. They are denied. They are intentionally
yes,
denied so that
yes,
they
yes,
can have
yes,
something to come and tell the people. But
yes.
in a minute, because maybe I'll be giving you a chance later on. In a minute, do you see how are you going to help the GNZ? Because the GNZ are speaking in one language. They don't want the gospel of tribe. And we know in your backyard, Baringo, anybody who will be associated with UDA is as good as one leg in parliament. How are the young people going to cure this? Because as we speak here today, by elections are coming. By elections are slated. We are having like more than 25 by elections. But the GNZ, they are nowhere. They don't have a political party. They don't have the political party that are there are the current usual suspects. But they want to be part of the change. Do you think that they are starting the journey? They are a little bit late also. And how are you helping them? Are they ready to listen? Are they ready to be mentored? And who is to mentor these people? If you can do that in a minute, please.
Okay, okay. In a minute, please. So I think the Gen Zs, what best I can advise to them is please, for you to have a voice in this country without going into anarchy, you have to do it in the right way. That is a political manner. That is a party, or then you can get voices by the ballot. But what I can say is everything is a majority versus minority. So that is the way democracy works. So, but what I'll help you is just by disseminating information. I am a guy who works in ICT. If you want to reach out to me and I create information outlets, I will do that, and I've done that so far. But I will share to you on the description what I've done so far. Let me just post a link on the description if you'll allow me, please. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. That has been Kiprop all the way from a resident of Baringo, but staying in Nairobi. And you can see not subscribing to the politics of tribe, and very passionate about getting a good country. And these are the things. A professional also who because I heard somebody say this is the moment that we should really call out the IBC to employ the young people so that they can be the returning officer. Imagine tuko hapa na IBC bado iko busy inapea kazi wale watu wa kawaida, because if you want to change, we need to start also by going for those jobs, giving IBC a run for their money. We need those jobs in IBC. They are young people that are very good with technology. Right now, Kipropa State is in technology, because where we'll defeat this regime, if kama tuko, sisi wote tumeagree, we all are in agreement. We cannot be in an agreement as a country that Ruto is the problem na tunataka kumtoa. But now when it comes to organization, kila mtu anataka it's like we are in a competition. No. We're not in a competition. Let us just be very organized. From where I sit, we are yet to be organized. Let me bring in. I know I had some other people. I want Dolphin and Franca to speak, and then Sankale can come in. I know you had contributed the first topic. We had a very heated debate here about the new policies about alcohol, and some of you missed it. It was almost boiling, but I'll allocate a special time for that debate. I know Abdallah is laughing. We were here. But, Franca, let me start with you. Now we are diving into very serious issue about the tribal mobilization politics. First of all, you saw a youth in Baltimore asking Rigathi Gachagua about the tribal politics. Was Rigathi Gachagua honest with the answers?
Let me tell you, no matter how we try to deny it, us as a generation, we are tribeless. But when Sifuna is my neighbor who go from Shags, go from Kakamega where I come from. When he goes home, those are the people who they are targeting. Those are the votes that they're counting on. It's not this generation of ours. And those people are bought and paid for. I was in Kisumu the other day, and I said that I made some comment about Raila. It almost turned into a fight because it was like whatever Baba says, it goes. So I know the target audience of tribal politics. They have their own special target. They have their target audience. People who believe that when their person is in power, they get to benefit. But I even ask people, you've never seen those benefits for years. Like you have never. The roads are not built. Nothing is happening. But when people are supporting Gachagua, the thing I failed to understand was Gachagua was in government. Last year during finance bill, he was singing to President Ruto's tune. Yeah, he was the first person to say that Paul should be shot. That's the thing that people are forgetting about Gachagua. Right now, he's just talking from someone who's outside the club. Yeah, and he's crying to his people because he wants to rally support. Yeah, and when it comes down to tribal politics, you have to it comes down to population counts. When you look at the Luya votes, those are almost majority of the people who are in Kenya from last census. The Kikuyu vote is also a huge thing. So when you come there talking to people for their language, you're talking to people who are between 18 and 30. You're talking to people who are between 40 and 60. Yeah, the people who actually live in the rural place who believe in propaganda. The people who are not on Twitter Spaces. Yeah, people who believe in a certain type of propaganda huko from Moi regime akisema unajua hawapendi wa Kikuyu. Those are the people who believe such things. Yeah, and they will vote for him to say abu tuvotie mtu wetu juu alisema watu wengine watupendi. So no matter what we do, we have to say that tribal politics plays a huge role, but it is up to us to go out to your shags, man. Give out civic education. Yeah, that is where civic education plays a huge role. You go and educate those people and tell them the real things that are happening on ground. It is civic education. We are almost left with 2 years into the election. Right now, guys are saying we are partyless. We've already chosen a leader. So you guys are saying that it is Maraga for presidency. And also waiting for him to tell us his manifesto, tell us his plans for party. We are waiting to hear. Because even if we say we're leaderless, we've already chosen a president. But we've already chosen a president. Who he told us to give him some time. By December, he'll announce party plans, nini. But right now, it is time for us to give civic education. So that when someone says that they want to become a governor, you have to make sure it's someone whose reputation is not questionable. How can you shoot someone during the previous election and then now you want to become a governor in Bungoma? We have to as a country, we have to be a bit serious, yeah. So no matter how much you say that tribal does not play, us are not tribal. Us, we don't see tribe. We are here hooking up left, right, and center here. Every time we have Twitter dramas, yeah. But there's a generation that supports their person no matter what. So hizo ukienda Kisumu, ODM wakisema ni 8 piece. Nakwanga 8 piece wana vote, itakuwa 8 piece. But even them, they're feeling the pressure because they know as parties that right now they don't have as much power as they do. Maandamano ilikuwa vitu za ODM na Raila. Saizi hakuna mtu atamsikiza. Saizi maandamano zinaendelea bila yeye kukua. You see, they're even feeling the pressure. Someone like, when you picture someone like Edwin Sifuna is like that friend of yours who always tells you, by the way, in relationship, nimeachana nayo. This person is toxic, they are this. After one night, it's the couple you see holding hands, the next day unajiambia, au si walikuwa wameachana wanapigana jana usiku kwa the whole plot. That's the kind of relationship that he is. Because even him, he knows that if right now he's on the out, right now he doesn't have a plan of where to go. Right now he's just seeing the tune of where it's like the paid piper. He's seeing the tune of where he's supposed to go. He's not allowed to think for himself. Yes, Sankar wants to comment. Yes.
I wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
because I don't think I'll be able to stay for the space for long. Will I let you first finish, or
No, go
you'll
ahead.
just stop?
It's supposed to be an open discussion, if I'm not wrong, Ras.
Go ahead, Sankale. Just go ahead.
Oh, mine. Mi
First,
nitaongea hata kwa
kuna hizo maswali nimeuliza Sankale, and I think wewe na Franka tulikuwa tumeongea, I think ni mchana, but you know our concern. And, first of all, I want to we were talking of a political party. Do you believe that because right now kuna by elections zinataka kufanyika, there are by elections that are there 25 24, I think 25 by elections, kuna za MP, sijui kaa tuko na MP, tuko na Senate, and then most of them are ward representative, and this is somewhere that the GNZ would have really capitalized, and or the young people. Let me not just to me the GNZ, because I believe other young people want to go for this elective vote, but what are to 40 and below right now? If they were organized, I believe they would have started a very big chance. But do you think we are a bit late with how we organize ourselves, Sankale?
well, Rasji, I don't think sijui tuko watu wangapi kwa hii space, but the number of we are, it's time to tell people the truth. We are not organized. Let me ask you guys, who are the Gen Zs? The Gen Zs are the people who died kina Rex Masai. Sisi wenye tumeachwa si ni kina nani? I think most of us tunaongea kwa hizi spaces wenye tunajifeel sisi ndio leaders, sisi ndio tunakulana tu behind the back. I want to go direct to the point, but since of all of you guys are learned, you can know what I'm saying, and I'm not here fighting anybody. But let me ask you guys a simple question. If you are organized today, sisi the young people ndio tulikuwa tunasema we want to recall MPs. Thank you. We are surrounded by lawyers, Kibudha Kibwana, Maraga, and so many lawyers who understand the constitution, but they knew very well hii kitu inaenda kuflop. Hakuna mali constitution inatuallow ku recall the MPs. Nini tuko tunatafuta? Is it cloud chasing? Is it tuko tunataka tu tuonekane tuko sisi ni majenzi, sisi ni wale watu tuna push hii stuff? This is food for thoughts. There's somebody who spoke here and I can mention
let us interrupt you. IEBC gave out that statement today. Prior, we didn't have that information.
Iko kwa constitution. Iko kwa constitution yetu.
Call an MP. IEBC today said that there is no legislative on that. We didn't know that prior today. They said it today after they put the initiative to actually recall their MPs.
If you read the constitution well, I'm just saying I'm telling you guys well, uko surrounded by lawyers. Ni kama leo uko surrounded na FIFA. You are surrounded with FIFA. They know all the rules of football, but they're not telling you the rules of football. Until uende ufanye blunder, ndio unaanza kuambiwa haikuwa hivyo.
Sankali, what does the constitution say about recalling a member of parliament from the National Assembly?
What does it say?
It says you can. It allows you. The IBC have just said they said the constitution allows. They said that there's just no legislation for it.
There was a court ruling, I guess sometimes back.
Sankale, allow him to finish. Don't interject in between. I want Sankale to exhaust. You do it. Ukimalize, and then Franca, if has a counter, I'll give her a chance. But just I don't want it between a debate between you and her. I want it just finish whatever you are saying. If Franca thinks otherwise, I'll bring her in to counter your points.
Okay. We all say we are here to disagree to agree. Another point I'm asking you guys. We were team Matiang'i, we went team Omtata, we went team Maraga. Nani anatupeleka all this direction? Ni wewe uliamka leo kaamua utakuwa team Maraga, or ukadecide utafollow Omtata, or ukaamua sasa Matiang'i ni snitch. Any food for thought. This is politics. Na tuko kwa political war, na ina need people who are thinking. You can see how this Secretary General of ODM is doing politics. Anaitwaje? Sifuna. Today anatuambia Ruto ni mbaya. Kesho tunamuona ni Naruto. The worst thing about Twitter, people don't want to swallow the bitter pill. The bitter pill ni nini? Are we really united? Let me ask you guys, you are saying we are leaderless. Are we really leaderless? We are saying we are team Maraga. Who are those people wenye wameamua wataenda wakae na Maraga chini na decide we are going to support you? Did they come and ask us if we are okay with Maraga? Yes. Some of us, we are pro Maraga, and we are not saying Maraga is a bad person. Did they came to these spaces and wanna hosting these spaces? Did they even ask for our opinion? No, they never. So I'm asking you guys, which kind of war are we fighting? Which kind of... I saw Samuel some time back. He fought, akajoin the government. I saw others, they fought, they joined Kalonzo Musyoka, kina Hanifa. And then tuko na double standard. This one is bad, this one is good. I think at some point people are just pursuing their personal interests kwa gain yetu. Why? By right now tuko na all the big wigs kwa hii Twitter. Now the question we are asking today, are we really organized for the by-election? We are not. Why? Because they make us have tukue na emotion sana, and every time we make decision na emotion, trust me, you una making the wrong decision. If ikuwe ni relationship, ikuwe ni kazi, ikuwe ni anything, but whenever you use your mind, unatumianga akili yako na utamake a very straight decision. They'll just come here kwa hizi spaces, watuambia twende maandamano, twende to occupy MPs. Atukatai, maandamano is our right, but at some point we really need to think, are they with us until the end? Manze, mi am a doctor at Mama Lucy, and most of the time niko karibu hadi kuvutwa kazi juu ya kuchocha na kuinsight. But this is my question is, if I lose my job today for the sake of Kenya, and then tomorrow nione watu wengine wanaogelea kwa jasho yangu, how do you think I'll feel? Example tulioneshwa na kina Samuel, example nioneshwa na kina Hanifa. How will I feel? How will I feel I'm losing my job, yet mtu mwingine anataka kuform? Guys, acha niwa inject, niwaambie ukweli yenye mjui, munichukie munipende. Kwa hizi spaces kuna watu wanapata funds kutoka kwa NGOs enye wanataka kukuja kutukulia tu sisi hapa. Kuna wengine bado wana work na the government, they so called big wigs. Tuna need to be very careful. Tuna need kupeleka Kasongo home 100% sure, because the guy ametufinyilia. But since tunataka kumpeleka home, tusikue na watu wanajifanya wako na sisi hapa na ndani yao ni umbwa mwitu. By the way, if nyinyi hamuni believe, time itakam na mtakuja kuamini kenye ninawaambia. There was Juma, alikuwa aitwa Jacob Juma, alikuwa anaishi akituambia ukweli until time aliuliwa ndio mlirealize the guy was speaking sense. This is the problem with Kenyans. Until time tumefika mwisho, NAS wako hapo wananisikiza. I know I might even risk my life nikiwaambia juu wanajua what they are doing to us. We are being so divided. There's like a group of people who think they can lead us when you kila time wanatupeleka the wrong way. And if you try to unite everybody kwa these spaces, na if you try to unite themselves, hawezi taka kukusikia. Why? They know the fight you're fighting is the right fight. Guys, how are we going to form the political party? Ask yourself, how? Kwa spaces tunakuja tunaambiana, we need to form a political party, we need to do this and this. Si tuseme hivi leo, tuseme Dolphin, like this woman, I liked her so much. Alisema atatembea kwa matatu, alianza off yake, leave yake on Monday. Akasema atakwenda kwa kila matatu akifanya civic education. Why don't we pick such a woman and another person, tuambie ni aje, we need you guys to front you there and go register a political party. Even if movement yetu tutaanza watu 5, tuanze group hii, nianzishe space ingine na space ingine, like-minded people to register a political party. That is the journey that we are speaking about. But the journey yenye tunakuja hapa tuambiane to rant na to try kukua defensive, no, it's never like that. I like to fight a very sure battle. If Rasji today, I'm going to court, naenda kwa court kwa sababu nime-understand constitution. Miss May, governor, I think by the time tunasema we want to do something, if we want to recall the president, tuna need to understand the constitution well. We need to recall the MCAs, tuna need to understand the constitution well. I think imagine people surrounded by lawyers, big people, watu wamekuwa governors, wengine wamekuwa tu ni generals, but our advice how to do these things. Guys, by the way, hata mkidecide kuni-unfollow, I'm okay. But ndakujanga nawaambia ukweli na nina post ukweli. Me, I'm not chasing followers. Nikitaka followers ndatafuta TikTok. TikTok hata ndafollow na watu wa country ingine. But this is my country and I love my country. And guys, wakati ukweli tawahit, ndo mtarealize, oh, there are people here on these spaces. Wengine wako America, wengine wako UK. Mi na nyinyi ndio tuko hapa kwa ground. Tuambiane ukweli. Mtu mwenye anataka kutusupport na ako UK, atusupport to register political party yetu. By the way, it only takes, and I'm telling you guys, by the way, I'm getting very emotional. Nikiwaambia, because I love my country and I love all of you. And whoever feel I'm differing with her, anaweza ni enlighten in a better way, ni understand things. I'm not here to make someone else look like a fool. I'm also here to be enlightened, na to understand things better. I've been on these spaces speaking, going to maandamano. Some of you guys, wengine hawajaienda maandamano, wanasikianga tu tumeenda. You see, kuna wengine wamevutwa kazi. Anaitwa General somebody. He was working for the government, kwa parastatal, ameachishwa kazi juu ya maandamano. Wengine wanajua, oh, Ras G is growing. Anajifanya rafiki ya Ras G. Huyu ndio mtu atapeana Ras G. Among ourselves, kuna umbwa mwitu. Mkubali, mkatae. Thank you, Ras G. Maybe mtu akiniuliza swali, I can come back na nijibu before I go back to work. Thank you.
Doctor, thank you, Daktari.
Mimi niko na swali ya kwanza.
Before kwanza tulia franka, because I know where this one is headed, and this is what I've always been saying, and I think for those of us who tumekuwa tukikuwa na hizi debates and others, and I don't want us to drop personality for those who have been wise enough on these streets, and that's one of the reasons why hii topic imekuwa hapa, because the reason why the political class will always take advantage of us, kwa sababu you are the people who have paid the ultimate price. They have not killed their children have not died on the streets. It is me and you and others that we know very well, we have attended their burials. Wamekufa wakiwa hapa. But one of the reasons why they are 6 feet under is because of the disunity that has been portrayed here. And tukiendelea na huu mwenendo, na mimi kitu moja mimi ninataka, because I don't want to go into a lot of details. I know where Sankale is coming from. It's a debate that I have avoided for a very, very, very long time. But I have avoided it because kila mtu hawezi kuwa, we cannot all be the same. But what I usually say, I want to tell people here, sometimes sacrificing personal, kuna vitu zenye, until Kenyans learn to sacrifice, vitu zenye zitakuwa very personal. Because people have been treating things, kuna wenye wana treat as an opportunity, na kuna watu wenye wana treat the fabric of the nation. It is the nation that is, first of all, we need to rescue the nation from where it is. That one we have to agree as a country. Before we rescue or we reignite somebody's career and stuff, the nation is at stake. How does it sit to you when unakaa unasikia because our problems that they run deep. Wakati unasikia tunalipa maloni, loans, we are paying very, very heavy loans that went to pockets of individuals in this nation. And then wewe unakaa unadhania shida yetu it is deep. Na shida yetu ni deep ile design yenye it will only be solved if we all agree, first of all, to be united. And one thing that will always be tested, it is our unity. Because the moment you showed them last year on June, you can be united. And if you guys can be united, then there is a lot you will change in this country. And they are not ready to do that. So let me emphasize the need, and I will continue saying kila siku. Our unity will always continue to be tested. It will be tested. Hiyo ni kitu yenye sitawadanganya, na tukae tujiulize maswali mazito sana. Tukumbuke ya kwamba kuna watu walikufa, kuna wazazi mpaka wa leo hawajaona watoto wao umenielewa, and things are going to be worse. So it is time we have to decide to continue ranting, to get organized. When I say to get organized, there is a question that one of the GNZ asked that regarding Gachagua. Are we going to continue with the tribal politics mpaka lini? Because the young people are saying they don't want that. They don't want that. And if the young people don't want to be tribal, are you ready, guys, to be organized and shed away these other diversion that you have been thrown at, yenye mnapigana? Kuna mwingine anapigania pesa huku, kuna mwenye anataka collect pesa za kufanya kitu fulani, huyu ndio those are not necessary. Those are not necessary. And that's why you see the young people are being even fought in big political parties also. You think the likes of Sifuna will have a say in ODM? They cannot. They cannot. Because there are people calling the shots there. But if the young people in this nation had a vehicle called a political party, sasa hata hizi vita mngekuwa mnapigana hapo ndani, kama mko na chama, ingekuwa ni sawa. Today Raila Odinga ali-announce jana, when they termed Edwin Sifuna, they will be having a 10-member committee. And believe me, the 10-member committee will be composed of, kutakuwa na young people there. Manelewa? But those are already programmed robots, and they will go and do the talks on behalf. So, hata after kusema ati they took advantage, they went to government, appointed their people, they are doing that because you and me have decided not to get organized. We are not organized. So that is the bullet that we have to bite, and we have to continue having that. I know where Sankale was coming from, and let me give a right of reply to Francisca. Dolphin, I know you are still waiting because these are topics that also touches on the things that you had said. Franca, in a minute, please, before I accommodate.
You know, I was going to disagree with Sankali, but right now I've just realized we are really in trouble. As people who are saying that Ruto must go and want to recall our MPs, there are more than 6 civil societies since that High Court ruling in 2017 that talked about the gap of recalling MPs. Starting with LSK, they talked about it so much, even talked about Parliament. Even IEBC mentioned it in mid-July 2025 in Mombasa. They say there's a gap about recalling your MPs. They will lack legislation. So he's right to say that with so many, even the person who we want to become as president, who want to become our president, him being an advocate of the High Court, should have said there's a gap somewhere that needs to be fixed before we can actually recall an MP. Because us, at the end of the day, Pia, on this timeline, kidogo, we take a break, we are fighting about who's a 10, you know. But then we actually need some, I'm not saying we need leaders, but we actually need some kind of structure of what is our message saying, who are we supporting, like what are the steps forward. Yes, tunaenda maandamano. Personally, Sankale, I have been to maandamano, I have experienced tear gas, you know. But at the end of the day, we need some kind of structure. We need to say this is what we want to happen. These are the issues. This is what we want to happen. We can't keep on fighting over small issues. But at the end of the day, Pia, even if we are saying that guys are not speaking the same language, there's only one language that all of us know. It is Ruto must go. That is one language that all of us accept. Yeah. So it is okay, fine. After Ruto must go, maybe is when we can all start saying, okay, so after this, where do we go? But now it is now fighting bad governance. It is the IEBC we trust. Do we trust IEBC to, if we'll give him a chance to say, fine, let us meet at the ballot box in 2027. Are we trusting that they'll give us a fair election? Someone who the person who's in IBC right now represented someone else at a court case at The Hague. Yeah, are we sure those are the same people who'd give us a fair election? Those are the things we need to start asking ourselves. Okay, so what happens now? We're like, me, I'm 90% sure there's no fair election that will be there. So what happens if there's not a fair election? What are the next steps? There are so many questions to ask. We need to actually think about. Yeah, but at the end of the day, there's always a point. They said, um, jobs at IEBC are publicly announced. Yeah, so it is us young people to sign up to be returning officers, to be presiding officers, but the ones who have to be gatekeepers of our own votes. Waiting for a political party, give guys time to give them until the end of the year to now let's plan. Yes, it is not saying ati we're just not all organized. It is, am I organized? Is Ras organized? Have we thought of who's the next step? Of have we thought of who do you want as governor to replace Dimples? Yeah, no one has talked about governor in Nairobi. All of us are waiting for to be someone who shot a DJ at a club. Is the only person who's saying he wants to be governor. No one else has said, you know what, I think so and so is a better option. Am I talking sense? You get. He says he wants to be governor, he shot someone at a club. None of us have come out and say, hey, no, guys, no, I think let's say Sankali is a better option to be governor. Yeah? Okay, so me, I'm done. I think Abdallah can take over. Abdallah wants to talk.
Okay. Before Abdallah has Baha ameenda Baha amekuwa hapa kwa sababu Baha na Sankali najua they were raising the same point. So I wanted somebody can reach Baha, but there's a reason I wanted Baha to come here because I was in some event and I was with Baha, and one of the things that Baha was accused of is the young people are not organized because Baha was given a platform to speak, and then they were like, unaona vijana hawa ndio wanataka kuwa viongozi. So I wanted to hold Baha accountable today, but asijui ameenda wapi. Sankale, find for me Baha, tell him to come back. Abdallah, a raise of hand, that is a counter, you have a minute. Before,
Okay.
because I want to bring in Dolphin, and I want Dolphin to paint for me an image of what we are talking about, because we are talking about the tribal mobilization politics. I know, Dolphin, you are determined to end what has been happening in Nyanza as a person, but are the people ready? Are the good people of Nyanza province ready to go and defy the system and structures that have been set there for a very long time on voting 6 pieces and other things? Are the same people in central Kenya ready to bite the bullet and say, no, this time we are going to look for leaders who are clean? It doesn't matter whether you are in the big party, DCP, but we'll be looking for integrity and stuff. Are people ready to do that? Abdallah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Personally, me disagree with Sangadi in most of the things. One, it's not like Gen Z have not tried to have a political party. They tried with the inject party, everyone dismiss it. So we can also try with Sangale or with anyone, but people will still dismiss it. We will not go anywhere. We keep on dismissing everyone. We will not go. We need now to start backing someone, or at least, if not backing someone, we should stop dismissing everyone. Who told you that we meet some other 3 people there, some other people will not dismiss them? They will still dismiss them. So it is up to us to stop dismissing people. Everyone we dismiss. Mtu akikuja, we dismiss. Okay. On another thing, I want to talk about the IBC thing. Okay, it was true. And personally, I knew, and I think I even tagged those guys who are going that it is going to be a problem. But they did their best. The thing is, the truth is, for those people who are, and those lawyers who they had, or I think there was no reason of advising them not to go. Actually, today Parliament shot themselves kwa mguu. And I liked how IBC, actually, I know they are compromised, but they did it very early. You know, in Article 261 of the Constitution, when if Parliament fails to enact a legislation required by the Constitution within the specified period, the Chief Justice shall advise the President to dissolve Parliament, and the President shall dissolve Parliament. So Parliament should actually be dissolved with whatever happened today. I know it should have been solved a long time ago. It is not us to enact the law to recall MPs. As long as they have failed to do that, then they need to that Parliament need to be dissolved. Actually, it needs to be dissolved. So I think Kwame should do her job and advise President William Ruto to dissolve Parliament, because that is the only way. There's no any other way. It is in the Constitution anyway. So if Parliament does not do it, then it has. So for those people, whether they went to High Court or whether they went to IBC the way they did, it could have failed at the end of the day, but it could also expose Parliament. And I think Kwame need to do her job. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdallah. Thank you. I was away, and that's why I needed a co-host. And Kiprop, watu wameenda wapi huku? Kiprop, Sankale, I'm asking you guys, please request your mic. This is an open discussion. I don't know where Dolphin ametoroka tena. I wanted Dolphin to come and tell us more about. So Sankale, I gave you the nini. Untafutie mtu anaitwa Prince Baha. He's supposed to come here and tell us something that is related to what, because that is first-hand information that tulikuwa nayo wakati tulienda na hiyo mazishi ya nini. But anyway, guys, thank you for those who are joining us. We are talking about the tribal mobilization politics that has been in this country for quite some time. And I think Kiprop did allude to the fact that this has been a problem in our country for a very long time. It did not start with us. So even I know there will be a lot of resistance in fixing our tribal software mentality, because this is a software that has been installed by our leaders to the people. We have seen scenarios where governors are called to account. They are summoned by the EACC, and I'm not saying the EACC is doing a very good work, because we understand there has been a deliberate hijacking of these institutions by the government, and some of these institutions are used to settle politics. In the event where EACC summons a governor or a government official accused of corruption, we have always seen the tribal mobilization, by leaders, and that's why we're asking tonight. We saw also during Rigiji tour of the United States, he encountered a reality with one of the GNZ who asked him to share the tribal mobilization.
Rasky, we can't hear you. Ulikuwa umeenda MIA.
Sasa unanisikia?
Sasa tunakusikia.
We okay. Kumbe kwa hivyo nimekuwa nikijiongelesha. Anyway, Kiprop, Sankale, have you been able to find one Baha?
I have texted her, haja respond.
Because me could kuuliza Baha kitu fulani tu hapa, but it's okay. So Kiprop, let me, before I come back to you, Sankale and Abdallah, and I'm asking anybody who is willing, I don't know if it is in my end, sijui kwa nini sioni hizo mics, cause umeniambia tena mko mnanisikia. I'm hoping it's something that I can rectify on my end. But anybody who wants to talk, I know Esther is here, so I'll be sending some of the mics to you if I'm not able to see those mics. But I'm asking Kiprop, because you have here. Are you seeing people who are ready to change the narrative of the tribe car? Because mi mahali penye nakaa naona tunafaa tungekuwa tuko ready, tuko na chama. So hatuna chama, tunajipata ya kwamba sahi we are depending on the big tribes, the big parties, because what the big boys will do, they will do what they do best. Yeah. So for example, if there is the election that are slated, ODM, if mukisema mnataka a young person will go to ODM. And the young person will not change things on his own. A young person in DCP will not change things on his own. A young person in Wiper and these other political party will not make it on their own, because you don't own. You're not shareholders there. So hata akishinda, he will go by the party. Sankale, am I still audible?
Yes, you're okay.
So Kiprop, I'm asking, are the young people still ready? You saw the difference play out even today. People are still accusing Morara doing this. People are we still organized? Are we still ready to bite the bullet and start being organized? Because I think it's also a little late. Sijui kama ni mapema. I wish we had the expert here. Yes.
I can say that from what a book I've been reading. It is the book is Beyond 80-20 Principle. It is by It is by Richard Koch. Now the first part of the book in a state success is related to the evolutionary success about the Darwin process ya evolution kuwa kwamba whatever is successful will succeed on. So inamaanisha kuwa kenye saizi inafanyika, what we are trying to see is fighting between us. It is something that will progress. So these changes that we are trying to fight between the old Gen Z or the old predecessors versus the Gen Z, it is something. So Gen Zs will automatically be the ones who will be defining the next political chapter of our lives, but the organization will depend on them. Kina Anifa, kina the likes of the huyu mwenye alikuwa na challenge the bimbo from according to Mr. Miguna huyo. So I think they'll have a seat at the table when the time comes. Mr. Marara Kebaso will have the seat, Pole, and I think from what I'm seeing, they have already transcended the political vibe that was the tribal vibe that was there. So yeah, I think they'll have a success with that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Sankale, your grievances did not sit well with the others that kuna wenye wana feel ume inject, but what on the recall, I don't think that I know bado tuna the law as the way we read those provisions were there in the constitution. Hata me, I was a little bit I was surprised to learn from IBC that it's not possible, the clauses are not that particular clause had been deleted by or had been taken care by our members of parliament. So all along tulikuwa tunawathreaten na kitu yenye hayuko. So but I'm hoping that expert watatusaidia, cause pia tunaweza ambiwa. I hope somebody will be able to go if it's in the court for an interpretation, because for me sijui, I don't know when that one was deleted, because as you, if you are to read the constitution today, the provisions to recall and everything are there. So sijajua at what point that one changed. It is a discussion that I would have really wanted to have with people. But Sankale, there is something that made you fall in problems with that one. If I was to advise you, I know you're passionate about calling them out, but from where we are as part of the strategy, kwanza sahi, let us not also show our enemy that unaona, tumuoneshe ile design yenye cause nimerealize sahi kila mtu akianza tu kuanlisha hapa hivi tutaonesha tuko so much, you know what I mean. We are so much I know tumekuwa disorganized and stuff. We have had also our own fights. People are also pursuing other things, but it has played to the advantage of our oppressor. So the small group that wants to be organized, the small people who feel that it is not too late, we can still do things. Mi kitu hata inani heart ni ya kwamba another set of dialogue is coming. You had ODM propose a committee. Was it a committee? That is another also advantage that has been taken from us. Imepuliwa tu from us. Now the other side will if they have not said they will form their committee, it will be said this is the group now that will take care of the problems that has been ailing the country. Na nyinyi ndio mliraise hizi vitu, you did all that. So, but that one is happening because we have not been able to caucus amongst ourselves. We have not been able to come together, and that has been so unfortunate. But it's not time for blame games, because personally, I don't believe in blame games. I still believe we still have our minds. We can still strategize. We can still come together. It is just that our unity has been put to test by different things. But I've always reminded you, country, it is our country in problems. It is our country that is in problems. It is that it is the future that is at stake. It is the future of our children that is at stake at the expenses of our infighting. So I don't want to talk much about that, Sankale. So that one, you know very well. You know my stand on those things. I've been in that discussion before, but I like doing it on the sidelines. I don't like putting it on the space. So guys, I don't know. Do we close? Because tulianza mapema. Kwa wale wenye tulianza, kuna wenye tulianza saa moja. So ningependa kuwauliza kwa upole sana ya kwamba tufunge kikao hichi. Kikao tutakiendeleza kesho. Kesho tutaanza masaa ya 2:30. Tutakuwepo na kikao ambacho kuna wageni ambao nitakuwa nawaleta.